Hello viewers, I'm Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problem 1 related with H parameters. The problem is find the H parameters for the network shown and this is the given network. So here we have two ports, one is input port and another one is output port. V1 is the respective input voltage and V2 is the output voltage. So first we start with the basic equation of H parameters. So here this is our basic equation. So V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2, whereas I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. So here as a first step you see, here we are making the value of V2 as 0. So how to make the value of V2 as 0? We have to short circuit. So once you short circuit the output port, obviously the value of V2 will be 0. So here we are short circuiting the output port and you see I1 is the current that flows through the input port and I2 is the current that flows in the output port. That flows from the output port. So here when V2 is made 0, then what about the remaining terms? Here we will be having V1 is equal to H11 I1. So what is the value of H11? H11 is nothing but V1 by I1. So here in this equation, we are going to find the value of V1. So here, when you look at this diagram, you see we had short circuited this end. So obviously, here no current will flow through this path, right? Because the current which flows from this side, it won't enter into this 5 ohm. It will flow through this short circuit path. Can you tell me the reason? Because the current will always select the least resistance path or zero resistance path. So here the current which flows through this path, it won't flow through this 5 ohm, it will flow through this short circuit path and it will wind up like this. So here what is V1? So V1 is nothing but it is given by, what is the basic formula of V? V is given by I into R. So here what is the current that flows through this? I1. And what is the value of resistor? Here it is 4. We won't consider 5 because this 5 ohm is short circuited by this line. Therefore no current will flow through this 5 ohm. So 5 ohm won't come into picture. Therefore V1 is given by I1 into 4. So now replace V1 by I1 into 4 and here you see these I1 terms they cancel each other and here we have 4 ohm. Therefore the value of H11 is 4 ohm because it is nothing but the ratio of voltage to current. So here the unit is ohm. Now when you look at this second equation, when you make V2 0, what are all the remaining terms? I2. So I2 is equal to H21 I1. So what is H21? H21 is nothing but I2 by I1. So again when you look at this circuit, you see this 5 ohm is rejected and or this 5 ohm is not considered. So what about I1 and I2? They are same because they both have this 4 ohm. So I1 is equal to minus I2 because the direction is they are opposite to each other. Therefore I2 can be replaced by minus I1 and here they cancel and finally the answer is minus 1. So the value of H21 is minus 1. Now we are going to find the remaining two parameters. So for that we are going to make the value of I1 as 0. So here in this expression when I1 is made 0, what are all the remaining terms? V1 is equal to H12 V2. So what is H12? So H12 is nothing but V1 by V2. So how to make this I1 as 0? We have to open circuit the input port because I1 is the current that flows through the input port. When you open circuit, then obviously I1 will become 0. So we are open circuiting the input port. Now we are going to find the value of V1 as well as V2. So again when you look at this diagram, here what is V1? V1 is nothing but this is the voltage across this 5 ohm is V1. Right. And again when you look at V2, again the same thing. V2 is nothing but you see voltage impressed across this 5 ohm resistor is V2. Now can you tell me why for V1 also we are telling the voltage across this 5 ohm resistor? Because here this is an open circuit, right? So in this open circuit, the thing here is the value of I1 is made 0. So now the V1 is nothing but it is the voltage impressed across this 5 ohm, and similarly V2 is also nothing but it is the voltage impressed across this 5 ohm, right? So when you just substitute the values, again the value of H12 is 1. Now finally we are going to calculate H22. So H22 is given by I2 by V2. So what is V2? Just now we have calculated the value of V2 as 5I2. So just substitute it here. Finally the value of H22 is 1 by 5, which is 0.2 mho, because it is the ratio of current to voltage. So finally the value of H22 is 0.2 mho. Right. So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.